Okay, so before we move on, what I want to do is I want to install a bunch of gems that we're going to eventually use. So follow me into the gem file, and we're going to view word wrap, and I'm going to just clean up the gem file. You don't have to do this if you don't want. I just like to have it as clean as possible so I don't get too confused. So anything that starts with a pound sign or a hashtag is basically a comment. It's not doing anything in the code. Great. All right, so a couple things that I'm going to install. I'm definitely going to install jQuery Rails. So if you just Google jQuery Rails, the first link will be a GitHub repository. That's what you're going to want. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to, well, two things. We want to get the actual gem file. So if you go to rubygems.org and Google jQuery Rails, we're going to add the gem jQuery Rails to our gem file. So gems, just as a reminder, really similar to like widgets in WordPress, right? They're packaged pieces of software that help you more easily create functionality in your Rails apps. In order to install a gem, you go to your command line and you do bundle install after you've added your gem file to your, or the gem to your gem file, and you will find jQuery Rails somewhere here. Yeah, right there. jQuery Rails got added, so that's good. So we want to do that. We also have to set up jQuery Rails after we've added it. So what we want to do is we want to copy this first line from the GitHub page. Require jQuery underscore UJS. We want to add those to application.js. So that's an app, assets, JavaScript, application.js. Give you a second to find that. App, assets, JavaScript, applications.js. So right above the first line, Rails UJS, I'm going to add jQuery and jQuery UJS. The next thing I want to add is Bootstrap, Bootstrap SaaS, and this is the one we want. So I'm going to add Bootstrap SaaS to my gem file. So we're going to jump back down to my gem file. And if you didn't see what I was doing there, I just under rubygems.org searched for Bootstrap SaaS, and I'm copying the gem file information, and then we're going to run another bundle install, and that should have added Bootstrap SaaS. Somewhere, there it is, Bootstrap SaaS 3.3.7. And then the other thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to find the Bootstrap SaaS GitHub repository as well. There it is. So just to kind of show you, it's the official SaaS port for Bootstrap 2 and 3. We need to do a couple things. We've installed Bootstrap SaaS. We also need to add Bootstrap sprockets and Bootstrap to our application.scss. So we're going to go back in. We're going to go to style sheets, application.css. I'm going to actually delete this all. I'm just going to copy import Bootstrap sockets, import Bootstrap at the very top. I'm going to save. And I actually need to rename this file. So if you right-click the file, I'm going to have to rename it to SCSS instead of CSS. Okay, so it by default it created CSS. You have to rename it to SCSS. And then that's for the Sass syntax. And then the last thing we need is we need to add require Bootstrap sprockets under our require jQuery in our JavaScript file. So under require jQuery and require jQuery UJS, we're going to put require Bootstrap sprockets. Okay, and if you don't already know what Bootstrap is, it's a CSS framework that allows for really fast and easy styling. I don't really like to use it all that much unless I'm building out web applications, and then I don't want to focus too much on styles. And so Bootstrap is really helpful in that way. One way to test if your Bootstrap is working is we can add a class to our table. And just to kind of show you how Bootstrap works, we can say Bootstrap tables. If we just Google that and we click CSS get table get Bootstrap getbootstrap.com tables. Okay, so you can add. It says use the class table stripe to add zebra striping to any table row within a body. So you just do table class table, which I've already done, table class table striped. So let's see if that works. So that'll tell us if our our Bootstrap is working, and it's actually broken, which is great. So I like when things break so you can see me troubleshoot. One thing that you'll want to do after you bundle install anything is you want to restart your server. So Control-C will kill the server, and then Rails-S will restart the server. And I'm guessing that's what this is, what the problem is here. And there it is. Okay, so if we go back, we can see our table is striped, right? So we are getting some Bootstrap styles. So if we add another table or another recipe, spaghetti, this is a spaghetti recipe. And we go back, we can see that the table rows are striped. So we know that Bootstrap is working. So we're good to go with that. We can even test it out further. We could do table bordered instead of table striped, add that class instead, see if that works, and that works. We have a bordered table now. Great. So Bootstrap's working, jQuery's working. I think that's it for now. Let me think. What other gems should we add? I think that's it for now. Okay.